Hey everyone, I'm Keychain. Today we're going to be doing a Tide of Darkness guide. I want to do this all in one take, so I may miss some things, but I've written down a rough guide and we'll kind of go from there. My alliance is actually waiting for a banner to be placed right now, so we're going to jump that ahead to the top. The way you earn banners is by earning solo supply. Now, to get solo supply, you can kill threats or you can gather from within your alliance territory. Now, your alliance territory is extended by banners. So if you can see here all these green circles, we started way up here. We'd moved our alliance fortress for this event. So we moved our alliance fortress so that these liberated towns, they were not liberated when we started, were inside of our alliance territory, and that allowed us to attack them. And then from there, we used our towers to expand our territory to the left here. And then we started using these sacred banners. Now, the best way to connect the sacred banners when you're going left to right or up and down is just the tip, overlapping one square like we did here, so that the minimum area is overlapped and touching. So when you need to go in a direction that's not straight left or right or up and down, you have to overlap more of the banners to get your territory to go where you want. So we're going to get down to where I need to place the next banner, and I can show you what it looks like when we actually place a banner. So here we're coming down and we're trying to get to that town under the lake, but there's also another liberated town, or another unoccupied town over here, an occupied town. And we can get to this one as well, but we can't go through the lake. So we're going to go just past the lake as close as we can get. So to place a banner, now that we have one ready, I'm going to hit this Manage tab, and you see we have 3,867 crates out of 2,500. So that means we have enough crates to place the next banner. So when I select that, it brings up this here, and we can move the banner around and put it where we want. So you can't put it where there's other things. Okay, now it won't move. And you can't, it has to be overlapping. So I can't put it over here. See how the square around the banner goes red? It means I can't put it there. But if I move one over, I can. So because I need to avoid the lake, I want to be a little bit higher here so that the next one, one's going to be tough, because see where the edge of this mountain is? So the next banner is going to have to be down here where it can just barely touch the banner. Actually, it'll work out just perfectly. So we're going to put the next banner here, and then we're going to start building it. So after you unlock a banner, or after you place a banner, you have to build the banner. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to share the location so people know to come get in on the building action, and then we'll build this banner. Now, for our next banner, we are at 1,367 out of 2,600. So we need to get another 1,000 crates to be able to place another banner. Now we've already, I think we've unlocked the new banner, but if we haven't, see these mining tools, 183,000. We need to get to 196,000 to unlock the next banner. So we'll get there probably around the same time that we get the crates. One thing I wanted to bring up, because we were troubleshooting this on the Discord server, was in a different alliance on a different server, an R4 disconnected a banner towards the start of the banner train. So the example was, say this banner right here got dismantled and it unconnected all of the banners from the existing territory. Well, they were trying to replace the banner, and no matter what they did, it would not, it wouldn't unlock. And they were trying to overlap the banner. They were trying to do all kinds of stuff, and it wouldn't overlock. So, or wouldn't unlock. So they ended up having to line the banner up so that it was not overlapping at all. It was just touching the next territory, and that allowed them to place that banner and get things back where they were. So you may have to, mess with things. If a banner accidentally gets demolished, it's going to be a little bit tricky to get it back in the right spot and get it to connect up the way it was. Okay, so I jumped ahead a little bit for the banner placement, but the next thing I want to talk about is solo supply points. So solo supply points, when you can earn points by gathering resources, you get 0.5 per minute, and you earn supply points by defeating threats. Threats is a good way to get solo supply points quickly, especially if you have a lot of stamina saved up. But after that, if you want to earn it, you need to gather within your alliance borders, including banners. And because it's based on the amount of resources that you're gathering per minute rather than what your total resources gathered are, you want to gather slowly. So you want to be in your war spec, you want to be in your war gear, you want to avoid using the gathering guards in your airship, and you want to gather slowly. So I know it's a little counterintuitive and against what normally would work, but one of the things I'm going to do here is I send, my standard march without any guards in it to start gathering on these tiles. And as soon as we finish this banner, this becomes part of our territory, and all of these nodes that I'm going to be gathering on will start generating 0.5 solo supply per minute. So if I'm on 5 gathering nodes, it'll be 2.5 per minute. So it adds up pretty quickly. And that's how you gain solo supply. Now the next piece of this I want to talk about is Alliance Merit. Now what is Alliance Merit? How do you get it? Alliance Merit is how you're ranked against other alliances, and the only way to gain Alliance Merit is to liberate and hold liberated towns. The more sacred banners you have, the more of a percent boost you get. And you see here our hourly merit is 6,800. So that's, the number of towns multiplied by the number of banners to get our hourly merit. And our total merit we've gained today is 115,800. Now on the leaderboard ranking, that places us in second. The other alliances took their towns first, and they have more of them, so they're generating more merit than we are. We can catch up if we liberate more towns and hold them. We'd have to pass them in the number of towns we have total to be able to catch up. So it's going to be tough. I don't know if it's possible. So when you start Tides of Darkness, moving your Alliance Fortress close to some towns is a good strategy, and they just did it first. I totally forgot about that piece of it, and we weren't planned for that. So, it happens. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, actually the rewards. So the daily rewards for each. For Alliance Merit, you'll easily get this 24,000 Alliance Merit a day if you just have one town liberated and captured, as long as it's not right before reset, because you get like 5,000 points just for liberating a town. And you'll unlock all of these rewards for everybody in the Alliance, and then Solo Supply has its own rewards as well. So I've unlocked those, but 2,200 Solo Supply, if you're actually trying for it, it gets done pretty quickly. The quests. So quests to earn the orders to attack. I'll go over all of that stuff right now. So inside this hot events tab, the daily affairs are the quests that you need to get the expedition orders. And see these purple things here? These are the expedition orders that allow you to attack occupied towns. We're not going to go over the other little crystal balls because that's a different event, but you need to attack 4 red guard camps, gather some resources, and kill 30 threats every day of this event to unlock all of your expedition orders. So expedition orders, what do you do with them? You liberate towns. How do you do that? Right now, this occupied town is not attackable because it's not inside of our alliance or banner territory. That's why we're building all of these banners to expand towards these towns, because we've already liberated a few, and we'll go back. So here's some of the towns we liberated along the way. See our banner here, put it inside of put the town inside of our banner area, and then you attack the town and you do damage, and you get rewards for the damage that you've done, and also rewards for each hit if you get a critical hit. Now let's go back and look at that. So when it's time to attack this town, see it has a hit point bar on it, it's 100,000 points, and see the critical hit rewards here are 10 hours of speed ups and 5 of these fortune chest. So the towns die really fast. The hit points are low. If you have big hitters, it goes fast. One of the viable strategies for this is what you need to do. Coordinate ahead of time who your big hitters are. Everybody in your alliance that's not going to rank on the top, top 10 or top 20 of the leaderboards, just have everybody use one troop and burn through their expedition orders, because the critical hits are not based on how much damage you do. The rewards are not given based on how much damage you do, at least for hitting the towns. The only way to get extra rewards for hitting the town is to get a critical hit, and it's all based on chance. So if people attack 20 times with one troop, they barely do any damage. They might crit 6 or 7 times, and they're all going to get a bunch of gold and a bunch of speed ups. If everybody's sending full strength marches at the town dies too fast, and most people only get 5 or 6 attacks in. And at the end, you've got people that have tons and tons of expedition orders left, and they can't do anything with them. So you want to avoid that if you can coordinate with your alliance. I am one of our attackers, and that's because I do high damage on the wolf, I do high damage on underworld gates. I'm one of our bigger attackers. And there is a total damage leaderboard, and I'm in 6th right now because I was only here for the first 2 towns. I've got a couple of expedition orders left for today. They do roll over, so at reset today I will be able to get some more expedition orders and use those to attack. Alright, the next thing I wanted to talk about, I guess I kind of covered it already, was, the the one troop stat in the towns and all that, but strategies to talk about. Moving your fortress. So one of the viable strats is, rather than snaking these banners through, we could just move our alliance fortress over here, plop it down next to this town, rebuild it, takes 2 hours, kill the town. And then we could move down here and get 2 more occupied towns, put our alliance fortress somewhere around here where we can reach this town and the other one that's right next to it pretty quickly, kill both of those, move on to another. It's a lot of work, breaking down your fort and rebuilding it, breaking down your fort, rebuilding it. But as you get higher up into the banner count for Tides of Darkness, it takes a while. We're only unlocking a banner every, hour and 15 minutes, maybe more. So it gets slow going towards the end to unlock banners, because every banner requires a little bit more than the banner before it. So having all of this alliance territory it's okay, but it's not benefiting us in any way other than being able to gather inside of it. The other thing that maybe will get fixed, maybe won't, is after we own an alliance territory, it doesn't spawn as many resources inside of it. So if we go back up here to, say, this banner, look at inside of here. There's no resources. The resources stop spawning inside of here, and you'll get 1 or 2 every now and then. So this one right here, this iron mine, was luck, but the rest of them will spawn just on the outside edges, like all of these. They'll spawn right outside of it, and they don't spawn inside of the territory. So I don't know what they're going to do to fix that, or if they are going to do anything to fix it. But it kind of defeats the point of having all of these banners and territory to try and gather in if there's barely any resources spawning inside of it. Like here's another one. There's 1, 2. So I would jump on this one because it, spawn. But yeah, there's not many. If you have a full alliance of 100 people, there's not nearly enough gathering for everybody to gather inside of the banners. There's not enough resources that spawn inside of them. Okay, I really think that that's about it for this video. I may have missed something. We can go over the ranking rewards real quick. Those will change over time, so I don't know how valid this will be if this is a long-term guide, but for right now, it's Silver Dragon Elixirs for Alliance Merit. So getting in the top 10 is going to get everybody rewards. First, second, third are going to get decent rewards. My alliance will probably end up third, so this will be pretty decent. We'll end up with some fortune chests, 60 minutes of training research speed ups, 60 minutes of regular speed ups, and some elixirs. The solo supply leaderboard is giving illuminated guard weapon scrolls, which is awesome. It's so awesome. But I'm losing badly. We've got this guy here. I don't know how to say his name. Fleeky. This dude's a machine. He's a machine. Look at this. He's got 4 farms, totaling, over 60,000 supply points. It's insane. Like, I wish that he was in my alliance. So I'm way down here with my 3,900 points, and I'm going to have to burn a lot of stamina to try and get into the top 10, because the rewards for the top 10 is 15 of these Silver Dragon. Ideally, I'd like to get first, second, or third, but based on the amount of stamina I have, I mean, I might be able to do it, but I'm going to burn just about all the stamina I have, and I don't know if I want to do it. I'd have to do a cost analysis based on what it would cost me to just buy the scrolls, which is probably less than it would cost to buy the stamina. So it's probably not worth it, even though I want to try and do it. It's probably a waste of stamina. But, it is what it is. All right, guys. I think that's it. Let me know if I missed anything. Leave comments to help each other if you have found bugs, or you found fixes to things, or you have little tricks and tips and cheats and whatever. Not cheats, we don't go against terms of service here, but we're just trying to spread information, help everybody learn, and you guys can help each other do that as well. Remember to hit the like and the subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I will see you in the next video.